Hey guys, welcome back to Maxcast on for Unification. Today I have another 1 vs 1 view on Tranquility's End. On the southern side, playing the Farsight Enclaves we have. Oh, I can't barely see it. Gwynplaine. And on the other side, playing the Raven Guard, we have HUNtington. So this is a series. HUNtington again shared a few replays. Not gonna cast all, but this one got my interest as there was some Farsight Enclaves in it. And we all love the Raven Guard, right? So it's 2 scouts only for him. I see from other players like 3 scouts because they really like scouts. So let's see what he goes from the crow's nest. Probably some standard marines. As he's not building a generator, it's probably 2 marines and a bit of a pressure. Maybe even the commander. Commander would be good. On the other side we have the usual opener. But a patrol team. Okay, we have patrol teams, not the Guerwesa, which is interesting. And he's not building 3 cappers, so he might want to use actually units from the Orca. Let's see. Farsight Enclaves, for you who don't know, they do not generate power in the normal sense. You would need to call in Orcas, from which you will get resources and also units. He needs to drop the Orca in. Where is it? There it is. And as long as the Orca is here, you get some income. You can use this if you wait a bit to get a faster tier 2, for example. Or most players like to get the commander out faster. It's a bit of a trade-off. On the other side, we have now the 2 scouts going about it, having captured almost all of their points. Space Marine squad in the main base, capturing their point over here, which I like, and getting the what is it called? Shadow Captain these days. And yeah, over here he will wait the full duration for the full income bonus. I find it interesting. So this might be a tier 2 rush. For tier 2 you need, I think he already has the resources for it. Gwynplaine, let's see. You do not want to miss this, of course, because this will just be absolutely horrible. And in comes Commander Farsight, and he can call in another Orca now, which can stay here for a bit, and Commander Farsight should go about the map and be a bit more active. Looking at you, Commander Farsight. So, let's see. Waiting here as well, so he could go for tier 2 actually. Or is he upgrading something? No. Commander did cost some power, obviously, and then depends. Okay, he upgrades this points. The points do not generate more income from their upgrade. The existence of a firebase will increase the global income of requisition and power. 5% requisition, 10% power, and the gun is just a gun. He's waiting. Okay, fighting the Shadow Captain is interesting, because the Shadow Captain, if he wants to fight back, can probably kill Commander Farsight over here. And we have a strike team. So your fire warriors basically, and a lot of players opt to not get units out of the first Orca and try to get the resources and use it elsewhere. But you can see now he's turned the tide, even though he's in negative cover. This is a very close fight actually. Okay, more and more fire bases being dropped. Upgrading some more fire bases is not the way to increase your income. So this is something he probably does not know and thinks in a lot of unnecessary resources in it. You see the income is not increasing. You need only the Orcas. Emplacement is just for defensive purposes. It's relatively cheap for that, obviously. Generally for Farsight Enclaves, a lot of the upgrades, units, researches require more requisition and less power, as your power income is limited by the amount of Orcas you can call in. So I think without this unnecessary use of resources, he could have already beat tier 2. Let's see how it is for HUNtington. Not yet. He is getting more upgraded points, I guess. Losing some models here is expensive. It's 85 requisition a piece. Another Orca has been dropped. This is a unit Orca. You can see it if it's like it has different colors. If it's a Commander Orca, and the Commander Orca should be online about now. I think also there's a cooldown of it. I think it's 3 minutes, and you can call in the first Orca in 1:30. So I think this should be, or is it 4 minutes in the beginning? Oh, Commander Farsight is very low. So is the Shadow Captain. Shadow Captain eating some more shots of these more or less reinforced units. Oof, jumping out now. Jumping directly to the next strike run. So if he needs to turn into melee, yeah. In comes now the next Commander Orca, and he has enough resources now to click the tier 2 button, and he really should do so. Another of these orbital landing flares dropped, so he has the commander pop over here to get another commander. Did he get one? No. He did click the tier 2 button though, that's good. And you want to have another commander in the field, because each commander can call in more orcas, giving you more production / more economy. So you do not want to miss a commander, but I think 200 something, yeah, there you go. And this is now Commander Arachon on the field. 2 commanders now on the field. On the other side we have 1 Space Marine squad, Shadow Captain, and just scouts, I guess. Tier 2 should be on the way, right? Yes, tier 2 is on the way. Armory is on the way. Another missed opportunity to use this builder here, but overall pretty good. Another unit orca also immediately dropped from Commander Arachon, as you should, and a lot of strike squads. I like that. Patrol teams and strike squads. Patrol teams are basically your pathfinders, and when you're tier 2 they can also mark stuff. As you're tier 1 they cannot, they just look very far, I think. Yeah, they can look farther than the strike squad. The strike squad can shoot farther than it can see. And yeah, with this now barraging in here. Arachon using his, is this like a shoulder mounted weapon that sometimes fire? I think it is. No, it's this other side, this one. It's this little arcing. And I mean, Commander Farsight, okay, he is very low, that's why he is not doing that. Using supply drop. You can also just use the supply drop from these orcas instead of a unit drop. Using some more requisition. Tier 2 should be done actually, getting orbital landing flare. He needs a research and development center, that goes. With that you can get different weapon options as well as new rifles for your patrol team, the strike team. Okay, these are already in tier 2. And for these you need also some researches for the weaponry, like these gun drones and stuff. And yeah, HUNtington is very defensively. Is he getting like Hellfire, heavy bolters or anything? No. Getting a turret, okay. Bionics, deliverance skill. So he goes for infantry. So he goes for stern guard. Okay, more Zaytan. Okay, we need to switch then sides so we can see it then. And I don't know. Very low econ on his side. In comes now also Devilfish. Devilfish for the Farsight Enclaves are not infiltrated, thus having a bit more HP. And you can get missile pods on the side, which he already got. Another orca, so the Farsight Enclaves player is living their best life. The only thing they're missing now, or in a few seconds, is another commander with a research development center. This should also boost their combat capabilities. They absolutely should capture this point and build another fire base. As this is percentage based bonus, it gets basically exponentially more better than the first few. Okay, frag missile launcher. So this is a dangerous position to be in with a frag missile launcher aimed at your side. Also, there's now a what is this now? Oh, this is now a shadow device. So they are now infiltrated. So this is definitely not a place where you want to engage. Definitely not. You need to disengage with Arachon. Get some, I don't know, some tier 2 stuff. Now that you're tier 2, there are some light vehicles in your HQ. Otherwise, yeah, and there comes Crisis. What is this now? A Crisis Assault? I rarely see this Crisis Assault battlesuit. Look at it. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Absolutely diminished, I guess, by all this anti-infantry weaponry. Oh. Losing a commander is not good. In comes Arachon, has a bit of an AoE ability, and he... Wow. Very nicely used, but Commander Farsight needs to disengage over here. Or staying in range combat is okay. A lot of... not a lot of damage from this ability, but a lot of disruption you could see. And for now breaking this position. But he should be... Yeah, he needs to get his next commander out, otherwise his economy will break. Not a strike team, so no tier 2 stuff. You have also the crisis, basically the normal crisis battlesuit, not the crisis assault battlesuit. In comes Commander Shevastos. Shevastos can make your own units infiltrated. Another Orca right in the middle. Devilfish going down. And Archon in the middle. And strike him. Not enough units over here to fight over here. And in comes the Vanguard Veterans. Again, they I think disengaged, got back in the HQ. And yeah, this Orca is now a sitting duck. Hopefully he used the supply drop. Otherwise this was wasted resource. Archon is very slow on his foot. And yeah. Commander Shevastos in the background will come in, and yeah, there was a missed opportunity to get this point and even upgrade it, and even get maybe a turret to get a forward position here where you could then launch your assault and get your Orcas dropped in. I think he had more of the map. So no reason to rush things. And yeah, Commander Shevastos is really good, but not on his own. These guys now getting min. So this is basically breaking point. If you kill the commanders, this is bad. Another unit not being dropped because I think it was on terrain as well. So yeah, I mean you can get... Oh, he gets tier 3 actually. You can get these piranhas and what is it called? The other skimmers that can hold back this bit, because this is all anti-infantry. Any kind of vehicle will help. But in tier 2 you only have access to the devilfishes, I think, and these light skimmers. Tier 3 is where your first vehicles, for the most part, aircraft will come. Aircraft would be good against Vanguard Veterans, obviously. Commander Shevastos losing using some HP. I think the next Commander Orca can be dropped in soon. Oh, you get some infiltrated drones now. This is also something you can get. These Remora drones, and there's no detection, I think. Not really sure how much damage they actually do, but I think it's not about one of these drones, it's about how many you can get. In comes... okay, there's another drone now. You can build them at every distant post. In comes more requisition from your Orcas. Okay, this is a unit Orca. I think you can get the Command Orca soon-ish. Standing over here is obviously a bit dangerous for HUNtington, as there are multiple units inside. And there comes the big broadside heavy battlesuit. This is a tier 3 unit that can take big damage against basically everything, but is infantry as well. So you need to be careful. There's another Commander Orca, and I guess I would use it immediately because you cannot wait for the resources to come. Commander Shevastos getting tight into melee, almost dying, jumps out for now. 2 of these Remora drones. For now, in comes Commander Brightsword. So he is a melee brawler. This is someone you want to have in melee over here. Using his, of course, first another commander has like 2 swords. I thought he has like 1, but look at these swords. He jumps in and will kill these units off. Commander Shevastos is still very in a lot of danger. Some economy not used here. More drones now being spotted, I guess, by some skull probes. And yeah, in comes some more rocket launchers. Commander Shevastos is still alive over here. You can get an upgrade that increases the regeneration and HP and everything from your commander. Broadside battlesuit taking a pot shot of those, and the Vanguard veterans will die. More data being spotted over here. I think, are these detectors, these Remora drones? They can detect, so they can detect those guys. Brightsword coming in with a leap, and it's only Brightsword over here. Another one of these. Didn't they die? Or were there 2 of those? And with 2 broadside heavy battlesuits, so this will be the end of those, I guess. They are resilient. Jesus Christ, they got all the bionics, I think, as well. And this is a no sergeant here for now. Commander Shevastos, no! He's still alive. He is still alive. Holy moly. And these are jumping out and still are alive. We have 89 and 21 with an Orca. Only 1 Orca. Okay, so he did go for the commander upgrade. Right, and there it is. The broadside assault battlesuit. They have some rockets and everything. They can, I think, go in the ground. We have 1, 16 and 45. So the economy advantage is for HUNtington, as he has more points, obviously. And in comes the broadside. Not sure why it goes into... Okay, it has his fists. Okay, I guess this is how you would do it. Getting absolutely sniped over here. These Mordaton are fierce. You need more of these drones. Yeah, look, wow. How much HP is that? Almost 1.7k worth of damage. In comes the patrol team. They can also detect one broadside battle already down. They are relatively frail, so if they get detected, they die pretty easily, and they cost pretty much to reinforce. So this is how you go about them: detect them and kill them. But yeah, the supply for them. What is he going? Oh, more drones. That is good. As if there's no detection, they can be very dangerous, as they just stack up. And drones do not cost supply, I think. In comes the more detection over here. Broadside battlesuit is dead as well. Mega veterans. But the damage of the Marauder drone isn't the highest, but it's at least something. And in comes, these are now Stern Guard veterans, and Stern Guard veterans are fierce. And they did go for plasma guns or what? Plasma cannons actually, so good luck. Okay, he needs to swoop out here. These are still Vanguard veterans with one model. They just don't die. A drone heavy harbinger, so he needs to go into the ground. Sub-commander torch, so we basically get all commanders in the book now. Really liking it. The drone harbinger needs to basically go into the ground, then he can produce drones. They live unlimited. On the other side, do we have any signs of tier 2, tier 3? Not yet actually. Oh, there we have. No, the Raven's Perch is tier 2 as well. For these guys. So no, not sure. If the plasma cannon should be tier 3. Yeah, last cannon as well. So he is tier 3. I think. And on the other side, we have now also the Earthcast factory. So getting some better vehicles for now. And vehicles is basically what you need here, because this is a hell of a lot of anti-infantry. So yeah, now we have a heavy gun drone produced over here, another heavy gun drone. They do cost you quite a lot of resources, but as I said, they do not cost any pop caps, so you can build them unlimitedly. Yeah, basically a bit expensive. And there's a graviton cannon as well, and they are now infiltrated. Oh, they used the infiltration ability, I think. Another strike team, because why not? In comes more and more units. What do we have here? These are what are they called again? The deliverers, okay? They're delivering some damage over here. The drop pod, if you drop something in, you can infiltrate your units. You can even drop in just a single skull probe to get the infiltration buff. I have seen that in use. Ooh, Sub-Commander Torch are dying mid-air. So is maybe Commander Brightsword. Commander Brightsword for now is here. Commander Shivastos all the time still alive. And they are now marked by a drone over here from someone, but in comes the Mordaitan, and they will probably snipe yet. And there's also an assault cannon. Down goes Commander Brightsword. Heavy drone harbinger is producing some drones still. And in comes the Razorback Strike Fighter 2 actually. These are your first bigger vehicles you can think of. And there comes some upgrades for your Guerresa, which you do not have at all. Deliverers getting, yeah, assault cannons, and now also the sergeants and apothecaries. Sergeant also here on the Stern Guard veterans. Yeah, very elite fight over here. Not a lot of meat on each side, I guess. But yeah, this thing, all these units over here, and these are vehicle cap increase, so he now tries to add some vehicles. In comes the Sunchuck bomber, the heavy, the gun drone unit dies, and see now the bomber can use a bombing ability, but I think this is, it got stunned probably. In comes another Commander Brightsword now, got replaced. The secondary leak comes in, but yeah, I do not think he alone will go over here. Even tier 4 now for HUNtington, so yeah, he was tier 3 obviously with the deliverers. Tier 4 he will not be able to use much, I guess, because yeah, he already won. It's just a matter of time. As usual, not a lot of action on the action is mostly on one side, and yeah, not against all these units over here. We have here a crisis assault battle coming in. Yeah, GG was called. Immediately gets zapped out of life, and down he goes. I think some misplays, of course, from what is it called? Gwynplaine, as he upgraded all his listening posts. I think he didn't understand economy completely, so he would have had a better tier 2 timing, for example, for some heavy hitting in tier 2 a bit earlier, basically over here, which would probably also yielded more gain. And he could have, of course, upgraded his points as when he was here, and not funnel in this little choke point over here. You have very mobile forces, so might as well. It's something I see some players fall. They have this point and they just push into the base, but the base is very defendable with turrets and units over here, with your turret over here. So you have this choke point where you walk in, and it's a very painful way to walk out. What you can do is basically two other things. You can stay over here and then slowly creep forward with some long range stuff to here to kill this relic over here, hindering your opponent's economy by quite a lot, and also making them very uncomfortable in their base. So you have this basically this listening post, then maybe a turret over here, long ranged infantry left and right, something like that. Or you can basically make, and then you can also go over here. So this is the other position, not stay here for long, but come over here, take this point, and then you have this more open approach over here. They do not have immediately a listening post over here. The listening posts are on the side. They are just not firing until you are like basically already in the base. So if you want to enter the base, use this position. Yes, you have negative cover here, but still it is more a broader approach you can do. Or you can basically do a mix of things, like keeping some defensive possibilities over here and try to get this listening post over here. Also get all the critical locations on the map. We have barely seen them taken. Just one patrol team or one Gwesser team on the duty will help you immensely. So I think there was some more to be had from Gwynplaine over here, but you could also say the same for HUNtington, which with his opener was very slow for no gen opener, like another scout or getting 2 space marines, and then the shadow captain, for example, would give him some more meat to be more active in tier 1, which is basically what a genless opener wants you to do, is basically be aggressive in tier 1. But yeah, enough analyzing for now. As usual, guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.